Hi, everyone. It's been a confusing and hectic last 24 hours or so, but this is an introduction to the online learning that we're going to be doing here. So it looks like we won't be seeing each other for a few weeks. In the interim, though, we're still going to try to move on with learning as kind of normally as possible. So what I want to do here is kind of introduce you to the PowerSchool tools that I'm going to be using to present materials and collect homework assignments and do tests and all that kind of stuff. And that's what this video is going to be kind of about. So if we go and open up our browser and go to our PowerSchool page, for any of our classes, or for each of my classes, I should say, if I go to that class page, I've made a page at the bottom of my list called the virtual learning page. This is where I'm going to post all of the videos and homework assignments and anything else that we might need during the course of the school closures. If I click on that first virtual learning page, you'll see that I have a description of what the agenda will be for the week. So I'm going to keep that here, and I'll just update each week. You'll have a new agenda of the things that we're going to be doing. So, this first one is just kind of informational, but each Monday I'll post an agenda of topics that we're going to be working on for that week. I'll add these things to the PowerSchool calendar on specific days to give you an idea of pacing. But largely you can kind of work on these things at a pace that seems reasonable for you. If you'd rather do a lot in one day and not much the next day, or whatever makes this as easy and painless for you as possible, I'm okay with. I am still going to check homework assignments. I'm going to try to do that once per week on Wednesdays in the morning. If you don't have everything done by then, that's okay. I'll just start over checking if you're missing things the following Monday. Or if things aren't all the way complete, I'll mark them as partial credit. If they're not finished, I'll mark them as missing, and I'll check again the next week with no penalty for late work. I would try to do the best I can on keeping up with things, but I understand that stuff happens and we get sick and whatnot, and do the best you can with this though. Although you are responsible for this work. I'm going to open a discussion forum on PowerSchool where I'll take questions from students. So if you have an issue with number 7 from the homework, or you don't understand something, I would go to the discussion forum and post a question. The following day, I'll post a video with my answer to those questions. So once a day, I'll just take all the questions I have to that point, make a video of answers, and then publish the video. And I'll kind of try to do so within 24 hours or so. You should be getting an answer to your question. So it won't be immediate turnaround, but I think should be reasonable given the circumstances involved. So we will likely have to do some tests during the time that we're off. So the testing, obviously, since it's at home, it's going to be kind of an open book or note situation. However, it is going to be timed. So I will post in advance an announcement giving a testing time and day. So Thursday at noon or whatever, might be a day and a time where we might take a test. After that time, I'll have the assignment available that you can download the test from the calendar. It'll be a OneNote file, so you'll just open it up into OneNote, do your work in OneNote, export that OneNote file as a PDF, and then upload it to the Dropbox in PowerSchool. And the due date for that assignment will be 90 minutes long, so it'll be timed, and after that, you couldn't turn that assignment back in. So try to be careful on that. If you miss it by a few minutes or whatever, just send it to me in an email and we'll, be flexible there. but try to do your best. I'm going to do my best to try to write a test that should be doable well within 90 minutes, so that hopefully is not an issue, but that's kind of the way that that'll work. And this process here, if this sounds intimidating on technology-wise, I'll post a separate video of kind of running through an example of how to do those sorts of things. So when it comes time, you'll have done it. We'll create a test, like a practice turning in a test assignment where we just, you download something and you write like your name on it and do everything else to turn it in, just to make you feel better about that process, to having done it once before. And if there's a need for live sessions, we'll address that kind of later as it comes. My hope is that we can do most of this virtually to where you can access it when you need it. And we don't have to try to schedule something where we can get all, 25 of us together at one time, which seems maybe not very realistic given the circumstances. So there'll be some more videos following to talk about how you guys are going to do these homework assignments. Get them to me, describing that process. We'll have another video following to describe to you like how to get these, to get the test off of PowerSchool into OneNote, and then out of OneNote is to a PDF, and then back into PowerSchool. So that should be that. You'll see underneath the virtual learning page, I'll have a chapter for whatever we're working on, and inside of that chapter, I'll post homework assignments or whatnot. So I'll have notes, video for the lecture, and then the homework assignment corresponding to this. This actually needs to get moved to a different location. Apologies while I do that real quick. I want it here. Okay. So this will be your main place for class materials. I'll also have everything on the calendar. So if we go to our calendar and look, I'll have like a activity or an event, on the calendar for like lecture 1 and lecture 2, and the homework assignments. And then I'll have the homework check on the calendar to remind you guys that I'm going to be checking homework assignments on this day if you need to try to get things in. But again, there's no penalty for late stuff if you don't have everything in when I'm checking it. I'm sure I'll just see it the next time. And if you notice anything funny with the grade book, you can email me and I'll be perfectly happy to check that again to make sure that I did see everything you did. Okay, so I'm going to sign off for now. There'll be some more videos here after this to describe the homework turn-in situation, the test turn-in situation. Okay.